Welcome, everyone, to Making Wave, the ShipRocked podcast. This is episode 26. And tonight, to end off our, very interesting year of 2020, we have, there's no other word to put it, ShipRocked legends, the Swedes.
Swedes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
If you guys have been on ShipRocked before, you're very well familiar with them. They are a gangly bunch of beautiful people from Sweden. They usually wear their very proud yellow and what is that, blue? What color blue? Is that royal?
Yeah, it's royal blue.
Royal blue jerseys. And if you don't see the jerseys, well, you can always tell it's them because A, they tend to be the loudest, and B, drink the most. But all in good fun.
Yeah.
And they drink responsibly because, quite honestly, there's not enough booze on the ship to get them drunk. So, yeah. And but listen, it's a real joy to bring you guys on because as we were talking before we started here, is you guys are just as intrinsic now to this cruise as any of the artists we bring on. And that's no disrespect for them. Is like ShipRocked is built around a community of the people that come aboard. And you guys are there year in, year out. And it just kind of like turns the level up a little louder, a little brighter. And there's nothing happier than being on that stage and seeing you guys up on the second level with your flags. And I'm like, man, it feels like a fucking European festival up in this motherfucker. So thank you. I would appreciate it so much. So I'm going to let Chad talk for a little bit because I know he's got some questions as we both do. But guys, welcome. Thank you. The time change is a little crazy, but we wanted to make this happen because we love you guys so much. So once again, thank you. And we'll have Chad. Oh, and by the way, my name is Justin.
And I'm Chatty Daddy.
Yeah, there we go. We forgot that part because we're so excited to have you. Oops. Anyway, welcome to Making Waves, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You guys look incredible as usual. As Justin mentioned, you can spot you out at a crowd every time Wilson's played, like not only just a ship, but we've been somewhere in the world where like there's Swedes from the ship. They're wearing their jersey, and I can spot them in the festival lineups all of the time. I'm trying to think of was it Rock on the Range that some of you guys came to a few years ago? Was there like a set of those festivals? Like, you know, there's a month of the loudest month of nope. Okay, In My Face, Eggs on Me. When we were in Sweden, though, when we played there with the hailstorm, was it hailstorm and nothing more that we saw you guys? We stayed at your house, right? Yeah. I remember looking out into the crowd and feeling really nervous simply because we're in a different, a different country. We're around people we don't know, and we don't speak the native tongue. And I saw your guys' jerseys. I saw the room, and it was instantly I felt like I was at home back on the ship. And do you guys? The biggest question I have is like, do you guys feel that energy outside of the ship? Like, do you guys travel in the packs to the festivals in Sweden or Norway, and people are like, what's up, it's you guys? Or is this like basically baked upon our culture of ShipRocked?
Mostly it's ShipRocked. It's only on ShipRocked, really.
Really? So you guys, I just imagine you like walking through the town where you're at with those Swedes jerseys on, like, all right, yeah, we get it.
No, you don't do that.
Yeah, I think that
you're a hockey player, and hey, dude, you forgot your skates.
You guys always have interesting costumes too, outside of just the jerseys. Like right now, Michael, those who can't see because they're listening, Michael's wearing, I don't even know what that headgear is, but you always pull something crazy out of your head.
It's like a beaver with horns.
Is it a real beaver?
Yeah, that's what she said. When she's
the jokes you knew that was coming.
Yeah, you knew that was. You left yourself wide open, brother. That's what she said.
That's so good.
Sorry.
Do you guys just pick them at random, or what do you when you plan to go on the ship, for instance? How many suitcases are full of like what you're gonna wear, like your necessities, toothbrushes, that shit, and how many suitcases are full of like surprises?
One.
Yeah.
Well, usually we pack light because it's expensive having extra luggage while flying. So we pack with real care to get everything in.
Yeah.
So you're only taking one suitcase, so it's all gags, is what you're saying. You have one shirt and all gags.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all go commando on ShipRocked because we can't put the underwear into the trunks.
Yeah. Plus, you're probably soiling them most of the time, anyways.
You know, that's not that, and that's actually kind of an absolute truth. Because last time I saw you, Mike, on when I was kind of not working on the ship for a moment, I was talking to Wayne Summers, and you came up and you're just walking around like shirtless, and I assume you had bottoms on. You had a towel wrapped around and your famous little fish slippers.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that's probably what he packed. Right there is what he packed.
Yep. And they always look funny at me when I enter the airport in Sweden with my fish slippers only and a towel.
Yeah.
But that's the way it's done.
Oh, that must be nice. You can do that at your airports there in Sweden?
Yeah, right now because everything is closed. So
They're just happy to have the business.
Let me ask you guys, and it's a question I've never bothered to even ask you guys because I just didn't. I was like, how the hell did you guys find us to begin with? How did you find ShipRocked?
It started, I found it because I read about a cruise named Motley Cruise back in 2009.
Yeah, that was our first thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so I read about it, but that cruise has already been. And then someone in the forum wrote, like, it's almost the same bands as ShipRocked. So I looked up ShipRocked, what's that? And I went first time 2009.
And that basically sold you. Yeah. Who was with you at that point?
No, that was me and Niklas, one of the tall Swedes.
Okay.
really cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we were only two. We were only two the first time. Then Michael and Sandra jumped on 2014.
Yeah, and I was actually looking for a concert with Five Finger Death Punch somewhere else than Sweden.
Okay.
And online, and then I found that, oh, they're playing on a boat. What is this? And then it was sold out. This was 2014. It was sold out, so I emailed, asked for, and then I emailed, and then I emailed. And after, I think, 10 emails, they told me, if you never email us again, you will get a spot on the boat. I'm kind of a stubborn guy.
Is that real? Is that real?
Yeah.
That's a real story?
Yep.
That's hilarious. Not so.
And
We'll let you on if you don't reach out again.
Yeah. And actually, me and Sandra, we didn't know anyone on the boat at all.
We didn't even know this guy.
No.
Well, can I ask you, how long did it take you guys to acclimate once you got on the boat and then become best friends with like everyone on it? Maybe what, 20 minutes?
15.
I was gonna say, yeah. You guys are pretty quick study.
At the bar.
Yeah.
Oh, so let me ask you, as you kept going to the cruise and then you'd go back, it would kind of multiply every year as you came back. How did you convince people to start coming along with you?
Oh, just telling everybody it's an awesome cruise.
Yeah.
You have to go.
Yep.
You have to go. You have to come. This is awesome.
Yeah.
And then
That's
people
so
just say, yeah, why not? And people start hanging on.
Yeah, we share on Facebook whatever we do, and people get kind of interested in what we do.
Yeah.
That's how we found, or actually Natalie found us.
Yeah.
The blonde girl. She's been on 3 years.
Yeah.
And she followed us secretly on Facebook for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, something like that.
She stalked you?
Yeah.
She had like a catfish profile going on or something, or what do you mean?
And then finally, we went on a cruise ship in Sweden. We had the jerseys on, and she saw us.
We were
T-shirts.
taking pictures with the ShipRocked flag.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny because now you guys have over 21, 22 people with you. I can't get a friend to go see a movie with me, but you guys can convince people to go halfway across the world in this big gang to go on the ship for 5-6 days. It's amazing. So, and then you guys always kind of extend your trip, right? You kind of go elsewhere in the States and travel around some, right?
Yeah, we try to.
Okay. Yeah, might as well take advantage of that.
Yeah, because
So-
just going for like a week, it's too short with the time difference and everything. So it's good to get at least 2 weeks in to do something else and really settle into the time difference, and then have a really rough time when you get back.
Yeah, really fuck your body up. I love it. That's a sweet way. And what do you guys do when you get off the ship? I'm just curious. Like, what's like last year's plan? Before, did you do stuff before the ship, or did you stay here after the ship? And what kind of activities did you really get into?
Last year, we went to Universal.
Orlando.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you went from New Orleans to Florida, or you flew into Florida and then flew from Florida to New Orleans?
No, we rented cars.
You drove from New Orleans to Florida.
We had
that's
a
incredible.
Was it Panama City Beach one night?
Yeah. You see any titties?
No, it was actually raining.
I'm just waiting to see what happens.
It was raining and cold.
The ladies leave the room and they're like, "Dude, we saw so many titties. It was great." I just said their wives are their wives are right behind. If you're looking, because you can't see this, there's the two gentlemen are sitting right forward in front of the camera, and their wives are right behind them. And I watched their reaction as I said, "You guys see any titties?" And their wife's like, "Did you see any titties, honey? Would you like to talk about that at all?"
Well, actually, I think Michael did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I took a shower.
Nice. Yeah. Oh man, that's a good one.
What you don't see on camera is also that Sandra is holding a knife behind so we don't say anything inappropriate.
I love that.
Well, maybe we could counterpoint that and say, ladies, did you guys see any sweet wang while you were there in Panama?
Yeah. Sweet wang. It's a flavor of hot wings, I feel like.
Oh, now it's getting hot in the room. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
he's like, too much wang talk.
Yeah, you were talking about wang and it got hot.
Wangs and titties makes the room hot.
Yeah.
Well,
so you guys
take a break, guys.
Just out of pure curiosity, with the amount of times you been on, has there been 1 year that's really stuck out as far as like? I'll ask two ways. 1 year, how it's stuck out musically wise, like what cruise did you enjoy the most, and secondly, as far as like your activities and what you did with the community and friends you made, which one kind of stuck out for you?
Ooh, that's a tricky one.
I think it's the first one for me. With the best bands must have been when you came on for the Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah.
That was an awesome lineup.
2014 was an awesome lineup.
Yeah, you had Tremonti, Butcher Babes, Five Finger, one more. Wilson, of course.
Oh yeah, we were on that. That was the first ship we did. Yeah.
And the funny thing is, me and Sandra, we didn't know about Wilson at all.
Mm-hmm. But we didn't know about you guys. So.
Yeah, but you know Ola.
I'm insulted.
Ola.
Yeah.
We met him. He was running in the hallway, and we were like, "Where are you going?" "I'm going to watch a Wilson show. You have to join us." So we went with him. And that was the first Wilson show for us, and it was outstanding.
So, see, that's part of the culture. Justin and I talk about this a lot, and it's interesting because we usually talk about it with like a band member, right? That's on the show. We never really get to sit down and talk to the fans specifically about these moments when you're finding new talent. So I'm sure that Ola had no idea who Wilson was either. He was maybe just heard about somebody else going to see us. What is that? Do you find yourself spending a lot of time on the ship listening to the new bands that you maybe have never even heard of, or only heard their name and hadn't heard any music? Like, what's your goal when you get on the ship besides partying, as far as music consumption is concerned?
I usually look up for the bands before and listen to them on Spotify and see which ones I like, and I aim to see those bands. That's how I do it. I think we're
I'm the same. I'm really into the small bands. Like the first time we saw Hyro the Hero. Never heard of him, but awesome live. And like the first ShipRocked, didn't know what the band Tremonti was all about, and they're one of my favorites still. So you find a lot of really cool bands that you wouldn't have known if you didn't go on ShipRocked.
Yeah.
Which also asks the question. So you guys obviously do a lot of research before you go on it. There's been times when you've listened to a band and you don't have to name names, gone, well, I'm not really into this band, but then you go on the ship and inadvertently see them and go, holy shit, this is really good.
The first time in 2014, I've listened to Five Finger Death Punch on Spotify. I thought, this is way too hard for me. This is not my kind of music. And then they
the guy with the Pantera hat on.
I was just saying.
Yeah.
Welcome home,
and then they just blew me away. The first set they did on that boat, that was awesome.
Was that the one on the deck stage there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. That was a great performance.
The boat pulled out. I mean, that was the most amazing thing.
Which was that?
Oh,
the sail away. Yeah.
The sail away, and that was just when the boat pulled out from the docks.
Mm-hmm.
Because in later years, that first band has come on so much later, but that was so magical. Just feeling this boat starting moving, and the band came on at the same time.
Yeah, that's a coveted spot to get, is be the first band to play on the deck stage as we're pulling out, because the sun's starting to go down. It's really atmospheric. Yeah. Everyone in the damn boat's on that stage deck watching, so it's like you got to have your A game on right away as a band.
Yep.
Or you just got to know a lot of dick jokes to be Wilson.
We're just gonna get through this, boys.
They're funny.
Yeah, everybody they really want to hear the first band because they have to go through the muster drill.
Oh yeah. Well, you got to learn to make those a party too, which everyone does at this point. You know, it's a drag, but it's got to be done. So, okay, I'm going to reverse my question, asking about your favorite time of this community. Was there a certain theme night over all the ones we've ever done that you went, fuck yeah, that one ruled? I dressed properly for this. I'm into it. Which one was that? You could have 4 separate answers if you want. It doesn't have to be one collective.
For me, it was the clown night.
What?
Yeah.
Clown night? Were you just like a circus clown?
Yeah, circus. Yeah, circus.
Okay,
yeah.
Circus. Yeah. And can I ask you why that was your favorite?
It's because I looked really scary, and I scared the shit out of Kate and Chris and a lot of people, and I thought that was really fun.
Okay.
The only problem I had was going to the bathroom because I realized there was no zipper on the front of my costume.
So what'd you do? Tell us about it.
That's the end.
Tell us
There's
everything.
Leave it there.
There's no more story.
I
think there is
the whole day.
Yeah. Pear, how about you, bud?
Actually, I've never been into those theme nights at all. I just go as myself. But last year we did a triple threesome night.
I hear that's a lot. That happens a lot on the cruise. However,
do tell.
We had pink flamingo suits on.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
that's perfect. Yeah.
Balls.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
What is it?
Balls. They were on me, and I was wearing a skirt.
That I do remember. Yes, I do remember it, and we have plenty of photos. I've always been afraid to post those for some reason.
That's okay. Just post away.
Oh, you might not. What the hell? What could happen to me? I'll survive 2020. Shit.
Yeah. Well, hey, there's still another dead, bud.
That's God.
We were standing on the side of the stage in our flamingo suits, and RJ came up. He was like, "Oh man, that's awesome!" So he had his girlfriend taking pictures of us.
Yeah.
Because he was wearing something similar.
I was gonna say RJ in 2021 is now gonna be dressed like a flamingo, and he has you to blame. So there you go. He found his new costume. Ladies, how about yourselves? What did you guys enjoy the most as far as dressing up?
Actually, I have to say our Teletubbies night, because that one, I have never been so sore in my stomach from laughing as I was after Teletubbies night.
Can you pray tell why? What was so funny about that evening?
Because it was just.
See, is this an inside joke?
Ridiculous. And everyone we met was so happy to see us. It was.
Well, yeah, their childhoods came running back at them.
And there's actually the same problem with those suits. There was no possible way of peeing without taking them off.
Yeah.
So me and Claudio, we went into the men's room, and we had to strip down each other, and we were standing on top of each other, stripping these costumes off. The ShipRocked came in, and he said, "Have fun, boys," and he took another bath.
He's like, "Big gulps, eh? See you later."
People happen to be in meddling for some reason. I don't know.
I have a question, and it's something that usually Justin asks the talent, actually. But if you don't mind, Justin, I'm taking this away from you.
I don't know what you're gonna ask him. Fire away.
What got you guys into we talked about how you got to the ship, but before getting to the ship, there's a long linear line, I would assume, of how you came to love what is rock and roll and why you're even looking for fun on a ship. And albeit it might be, like you said, the Five Finger Death Punch outside of the country thing, but even before Five Finger Death Punch, right? What really cemented the love of rock and roll for you? And I would like to hear all 4 of your answers, because I'm assuming they're different. Unless you're just like Pantera, 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 then we can move on. Michael, you want to start?
Who wants to go first?
You start.
I can say that more of the people are Shen. No. That Pierre and Niklas go on the cruise, and I go with them.
So you don't like rock and roll at all?
Of course I do.
I mean, was there a band? What was the first band?
And I gonna with them, and I got it for 2015.
Vilket första hårdrocksbandet som du gillar?
Five Finger Death Punch.
So that was the band that led you into rock and roll and metal. Five Finger. Okay.
Yes.
Then you
Nice.
All right.
I'm a little bit older. First,
Wizened in your ways.
no, I'm not. I'm just older. First,
You're 22 to me, bud.
First metal concert, Iron Maiden, 1982. Peace of Mind.
Okay.
Tour.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. Well,
And
that right. Yeah.
After that, it's been metal all the way.
It's really hard though with bands like that, because the bar is already set like right the fuck here, right out of the gate. Like, how do I? So
but you always find like new bands, and I still love Iron Maiden, of course.
Sure.
Go to all the shows, but it's widened. It's the Slayer, it's Testament, it's Swedish metal bands. Like
which I'm going to get back to you. Which I got to get back to you in a second about, and not the bands we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about someone you guys are always talking about. Anywho, Per, who got you into all this stuff instead of going into like jazz or country and western? What got you into rock and roll or metal?
Thanks.
Oh wow! It all started in the teenage years, really.
Sure.
You started listening to like Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Iron Maiden, Slayer, and then it just evolved. And you wanted to see the bands live, and here we are. We love rock and roll, love metal.
So would you say that like Metallica is like the first band that kind of put you in this direction?
Actually, I would say Guns N' Roses.
Okay.
Would be my start. So one of my first albums was Appetite for Destruction.
I was gonna say when they drop Appetite, that's when you say, I found my path.
Yeah.
All right.
That was me.
You're like, I also too am hungry for destruction. This means a lot to me, guys. Thank you so much.
It's a buffet.
How about you?
So I always had a lighter approach to rock. Like I was more like Bon Jovi and that kind of music.
Sure.
But then I met Michael, and I was fucked. No.
The wheels came off.
Yes, you were.
But seriously, his love of metal rubbed off on me. Actually, when we met, I was barely listening to anything else than Prince, and he was barely listening to anything but Metallica.
And Queensrÿche, actually.
Yeah, but mostly Metallica. Yeah. So I started sharing my Prince with him, and he started sharing Metallica with me. And well, I think we kind of merged in a way there. And that's why the way I found my way into the more heavy kind of hard rock, heavier than Bon Jovi, of course, or Europe.
And vice versa. That's how Michael got into Bon Jovi, right?
Yeah. No, actually into Prince.
No, actually,
Prince.
I love the Bon Jovi ballads, because that's the way you get,
You get the chicks.
Yeah.
The Sweet Wang.
Yeah, the Sweet Wang and the Panama City ditties.
The word.
And
Panama.
It's funny. It's funny though. You guys talk about it because when we talk to like someone like Burton Bell from Fear Factory, you think Fear Factory. You know, his first love of music came from Air Supply. That was the first concert we ever went to. First thing you ever really get into. And Chad, was it Heidi from Butcher Babies who was like ABBA, or maybe one of them was another one was Air Supply. Or it was
Donnie and what were the she was from Utah, so it was the remember the guy and the girl they had their
Dead
like
Sarah?
No, it was like
The
no,
guy and the girl. Yeah, that makes it so clear.
Osmond, the Osmond.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about who said they love.
I don't know why my brain was like it's a guy and it's a girl and they were. I think you're in the relationship.
So it's funny because you think now their careers are based off very heavy music. Yet, however, they started off on the soft side of things. And I think as we all get older, and you guys know, is like Michael, you now have just a massive appreciation of Prince, as maybe not as Metallica, but you appreciate the guy as an artist. And Xander, you can appreciate obviously the heavy, but you still love your Prince.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. We all go back to, I mean, I still love Cat Stevens and anything I heard in the 70s growing up on like AM radio, you know, but I'll throw down Slayer as soon as I wake up. But when I'm going to bed, I'm throwing on, you know, the first Elton John album. So anyone that like puts himself into a box, they're gonna end up not liking music ever again because they box themselves into something.
I would like to say, like, if I don't define music by genres. I define music by if it's good or not.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a genre. I can listen to hip hop. I can listen to R&B, jazz. If it's good, I listen to it.
Yeah, so, as long as it moves you, for sure.
Yeah, and then to take a step, just like Justin said, to take a step further, and it's subjective, right? So the idea of what's good to you might not be good to somebody else, but what your perfect symbiotic harmony that happened there when she brought in, you know, Prince and you brought in Metallica, and then it became this version of gray in the middle where you're easily your appetite is also for destruction.
Very good one. Very good.
Now, circling back to the Swedish metal thing, obviously Sweden is like just legion for having so many great bands, our big international acts. But you guys keep pounding this one band into our heads called Corroded. What's the story behind?
Who's she?
What?
Never heard of her.
Never heard of her. What's the story behind this band, if you don't mind filling us in?
Yeah. What is the story?
They actually stalked the band for a couple of years, and then they became friends with them. Really, so
okay.
No, not true. We actually saw them like walking distance from where we live, like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That was the first live show, and I kind of fell in love with the sound and everything. Started talking to them, and got to know them. We even brought the drummer on ShipRocked. Because why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
To get a feel for the experience.
Yeah, to get a feel for it. And,
what was his thoughts on the whole adventure?
He just wants to go back.
he keeps repeating all the time, I want to go back. I want to go back.
Yeah. I was thinking about the time in 2014 when you kept hounding Asked For to get on the ship, and they're like, if you just stop, we'll let you on. And I know you're always throwing Corroded's name into the hat. Maybe that's the same tactic you need to use.
No, I would never.
No, never. What is that? What is beer? What am I looking at? Is that their mug? They have their mug, or did you have that mug made?
There's only 12 in the world.
And you have all 12 of them, I assume.
No, I have 6.
All right, very good.
What happened to the other 6? Were they gifted?
Yeah, for my
so let's talk about gifting and things in multiple. Can you please explain all of those wristbands hanging from your ceiling, please?
It's like thousands of them. Holy crap!
Do we have to read everyone, or
no? I kind of like to know how you came on those, and even more importantly, with all your travels, how did you even hang on to them? I would have lost those things in every airport known to man. I would have dropped. God knows.
Ask my wife about that because she's the talented one keeping everything.
I'm the caretaker. I take care of stuff.
Sure.
He tends to toss things while we're traveling, and I just pick it up and put it in my suitcase, and sneak it into his because I'm overweight, so I have to sneak it back into his, and it's tricky. Yeah, it's something you learn. It's a marriage thing.
Sure. Now, and those you basically, I mean, those are obviously they're such a great item to have as collectibles for people, and it's like a little trading program, right? We used to trade tapes, now we just trade wristbands. Are there some on there that some of your favorites as far as the design or the look or just the story behind them? Or are they all equally cherished?
I think ours are the favorite ones, as we had always a Swedish saying on the inside that the recipients had to read out to us, and we had to grade it if it was good enough for them to get it. So there
so you made them earn it, yeah. Oh yeah, I think that's the best way to get anything is to earn it. I mean, yeah, there's people just kind of put them on your hand. I'm like, I got no effort behind this one, man.
Mostly people just go around, take these, and we were like, no.
Yeah, ours you have to earn by speaking Swedish.
Yeah.
Och prata svenska är ju superlätt. Det kan ju nästan varenda människa i hela Sverige.
What?
Yeah.
That's what she said.
I was going to pretend that. I was
I'm going.
No. Can you say that one more time slowly so we can and then tell us what you said, because it sounded pretty hot, dude.
Chad, du är snygg. Chad,
What's that mean?
du är snygg. Chad, du är snygg.
Chad, du är snuggy.
Not snuggy, snygg.
Snoog?
Snygg.
What is that?
It means you're good looking.
Oh, you're lying to me. I feel like it's Chad is a piece of shit. That's probably what that means, right?
I know it's not.
Those wristbands, Justin, like I've come home with like suitcases that have like a whole compartment full of them, right? You know, I have them, they're in this. I don't want to pull them out because nobody can see it anyways. But since we can't, some of our listeners who might not even be familiar with the ship in general might not know what we're talking about. On the ship, there's this sort of like currency of friendship that they give out throughout the course of the sailing procedure, if you will. And they're in the form of what most people would refer to as the Live Strong type of bracelet that it was made famous years ago for testicular cancer, right, Justin?
Yeah, through Lance Armstrong.
Lance Armstrong, that's right. So the ShipRockers, they have them made before the ship to kind of like tell a story of where they're from. Where they're passing around their camaraderie with a rubber band that says Detroit or Cleveland or Sweden in this case. And we've collected them all as ShipRockers, and we're looking at their wall here that seemingly has thousands of them. They all look different. One of the things I did want to ask about this collection process is Justin, do you know how it started? Like, does anybody really know why it's that version of a gifting?
All I knew, it was like basically a few people started out with T-shirts. That's not cost effective. Wristbands are, yeah, for sure. Wristbands are, and then you have deviations from that. You like Keith Walker has like no fucks given coins he hands out to people.
Yeah,
and then you've got the bands, but the bands are always great because you have like and it's everyone becomes their own little. We're all united. We're all united as ShipRockers, but everyone has their own little clique. This is the Texas chapter and Michigan chapter, and the state flag kind of is woven in there. So I think it's just about identifying everyone and doing that. But I think it's great. People go around and collect every 50 states and then go and find the ones that are from like Australia and France and Sweden, things like that. That should be right there. That should be the scavenger hunt.
That's what's exactly.
Yeah.
I think there should be something. I mean, we're just riffing here live, with the Swedes, but this is an interesting situation. I don't think there's any other version of this besides like when we were in school, maybe. And I don't know if it was like that in Sweden, but you would get like, like some sort of trinket from your friend or whatever that you guys would wear around that maybe you identified that this is your friend, like you guys were in the same friendship bracelet group or whatever it is. And I think that there's something so endearing about that as adults. I mean, we're talking like straight up adults that are like gifting friendships, and there's no other. I don't think there's another version of of what this community is that I've seen in the 14 years of being in a touring band, like the ship in general, and specifically like the honor of getting a gift from somebody like a group like the Swedes. You know, it comes, like you said, you're actually putting some people through the test to get the ringer, and putting and the idea of a game of collecting them through putting people through the test is like a really, really unique idea. I just wanted to celebrate this idea that you guys have participated in.
Yeah, you got to earn this margarita, Chad.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think? What do you think the prize should be, Sweets? What would you like the prize to be?
Another margarita.
Okay.
Easy. Sure. There's your
prize for getting all the from the scavenger hunt.
Yeah. So we're getting like 60, 70 bracelets. That's worthy of like a $25 to $50 bar tab right there.
Yeah.
I mean, you're logging a lot of miles. Yeah.
And if you collect 300, you might get Swedes jersey.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh, wow. No, man, that's too much. There are people right now already like cementing that in their head. You can't do that.
No.
First thing they say when they see you as they're walking onto the gangway is like, go to get that jersey this year, bud.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, fuck, shouldn't have said that.
So, guys,
and then be there like the bench. No.
So let's break away from the cruise for a second. In this 2020, obviously, we've been shut down from live shows, other than a few drive-in shows, which have been kind of popular here. Chad's actually put some on up there as a promoter up in the Detroit area. They happen down in Texas, New Orleans here as well. What have you guys been doing as far as like local bands play there? You guys have tribute cover bands that play small gigs, or just everything, just nothing?
We had from like May to like September. There was a small pub in the suburb where I live in. It's called Fredagsmangel. They were always, every Friday they had a death metal or a grindcore metal band playing amateurs. So it was just a metal club really. So but they had it going all summer, every Friday.
But people showing up. I don't know I'm not as privy to what Sweden's lockdowns orders was. I know there wasn't any, right, for a while, and now there is, or something.
No, not a lockdown like you had, but
recommendations.
But it's actually, people can go to IKEA and buy furniture, but if someone in IKEA breaks out an acoustic guitar and starts playing, everybody has to go up.
What if it was made in IKEA? What if that's an IKEA guitar?
Yeah, but they don't.
I get what you're saying.
Yes.
The
so basically,
people are defined by something as an activity instead of the destination. Got it.
Okay.
The last live gig we had was actually my 50th birthday.
Corroded.
50 people was the maximum, and we were 50 people exactly. We threw one guy out, and Corroded was playing, so that was awesome.
Is not welcome, that guy, or he just?
No, he was too drunk.
Yeah.
Oh, good call.
How does that work with you, Bunch?
Just imagine.
I
when you can't really.
Yeah, I think you get like shunned from the whole country.
Yeah, was he on fire? How do you pick him out from the bunch?
No, you just put him on a rug and drag him out. That's what you do.
Horse and buggy style. I love it.
Yeah. So going into 2021, then do you guys foresee? I mean, no one can crystal ball this. Do you guys foresee kind of opening up a little bit more, where you can have like regular shows, or at least the ability to go to them at any point?
We don't know yet.
No, we don't know. Maybe we're hoping for like the first half year of 21 will be similar. I think it's going to open up during summer a little bit more.
Hoping for Sweden Rock.
Yeah, that's in June. Yeah, maybe.
So.
Yeah, we're looking at a late summer thing for some of the fests here, and then maybe some proper touring come the fall. Again, it feels like a week-to-week situation at this point.
Yeah.
So, all right, this said, let's put the live show thing aside. In 2020, what bands dropped new albums that make you kind of say, "Wow, I'm that one blew me away this year"? What album by one? What band dropped an album this year that you guys all liked?
That we all liked.
Well, not together. I mean, like your individual taste. Yeah, like, yeah.
Okay. Motionless in White.
Oh, the Motionless in White record. Okay.
Are you referring to the reimagined versions of the songs for Motionless in White?
Yeah. The one, what's it called?
I think actually that was 19.
Was it 19?
Could be.
Okay. It's all a blur. I'm sorry. It's 2020. It's a blur.
But it's still a good
If you
album.
haven't heard that Motionless in White record of the reimagined versions of some of those songs, it is awesome.
Yeah.
And their cover of Somebody Told Me.
Let's get a judge's decision on this. A judge from. Yeah, you're good with that.
Future?
Okay, we're good. Yeah, the judge. Judge is ruling. You're good with that. So okay, Motionless in White. Okay, what else, folks? What else? Okay.
I would say Raven Black, a new band I found this summer. Raven Black. Wow, they're awesome.
Yeah,
they've been getting album out. They called it the new album was called The Key.
Okay.
Wow, blew me away.
Raven Black.
Yeah, they're set to go on a lot of tours this year. They were set to go out with Black Veil Brides and some other bands. So yeah, they'll be around in 2021 for sure, sure. Mike, dare I ask, what blew you away this year?
I would say Avatar's new album.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one. Those guys are awesome people
But
too.
there's also another band that I really love, and they just released a live thing called Dump Truck Live.
You're so kind, Michael. Are you calling? Are you referring? You guys were actually at that show, which is pretty remarkable. Not to take a moment here, but thanks for coming out to that, and that's cool that you mentioned it.
I don't even know what he's talking about, but whatever.
Wilson has a live
Chad.
Okay, let me tell you about it.
Work with me, buddy. Work with me.
I'm like, I don't. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know.
We're waiting for one more answer. We've got 4.
Or no, best album.
I don't know. No.
Too much good music.
Yes.
Yeah.
She prefers not to answer.
Chalk that one up to Raven Black or what was the other one?
Avatar.
We're gonna give that one to Wilson. Okay.
Oh. One question I do have before we move into the walk the plank section here, and I don't know if you have anything else, Justin, before we move there, but
I've got so many questions to these guys. I don't even know where to start. But by all means,
same. I love Swedish metal in particular, and I didn't hear you guys mention a few names, and I wondered how that if it's the same sort of like feeling as like is In Flames like gods there, and like at the gates and Meshuggah and things like that. Are they like as like the metal community everywhere else that I know of considers them to be pioneers of not only just a sound but also like paving the way for heavier music in general to just work in a larger setting. How do you guys view bands like that there?
I would say like In Flames really big.
Yeah.
They have their own festival in Sweden.
That's right.
So they are big, but the other bands you mentioned, they're mostly just for the really into it metal fans.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
And then if I can mention Avatar in this context, it would be like they're not that big in Sweden. We had never heard of them before they went on ShipRocked.
Oh, I had, but yeah.
But they're a small band. They play small venues and they're
really small venues in Sweden.
What about like Sabaton or Opeth, stuff like that?
Sabaton is bigger outside Sweden than they are inside Sweden. Even though they are like the only like heavy metal band that put out an actual album only in Swedish. Even though they did that, they're bigger. Like in Germany, Poland, biggest crowd for Sabaton is Poland. Czech Republic, the Eastern states, and
that's interesting.
Like Amon Amarth, really big abroad, like Japan, US, and in Sweden, they're big, but they're not that big.
No.
And maybe we add that one of the members of the Amon Amarth is our neighbor, actually.
Which one?
Oli.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's so funny. let me know. So let me ask, but Sabaton's funny because quite honestly, they're kind of like the European Five Finger Death Punch. You know, big, bombastic, kind of like they have that kind of military kind of feel to them, you know, that very like it feels like every song sounds like it's going into warfare kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, that's their thing too with the tank and everything. But yeah.
Actually, every song, if you listen to the lyrics, every song Sabaton puts out is military lyrics.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
About tanks.
Sweden, or when
tanks.
Sweden were like really big. We were marching into Turkey. We had parts of Russia. It's not like that anymore.
Yeah, it's interesting though. You guys mentioned how some of those bands really break outside of the country because there's plenty of U.S. bands that really broke big. I mean, we've got two bands like Alter Bridge and Blackstone Cherry are massive in England. They're sizable bands here. Don't get me wrong; they can put them in the seats, but they're Wembley Arena bands, and it's always kind of funny that there's this. It's just the smallest little thing that makes them that way, that there's a certain sound or something or whatever that is, the way the winds are blowing. And it's interesting to hear a band like Meshuggah, who we look over here as like, obviously they're very underground regardless, but they're always on the tip of people's tongues who like metal, to realize that they're only for the real heavy people over there. They're not some like household thing. Like, you know, like you can't walk into your grandparents and go, what did you do this weekend? You know, Sven, or I don't even know. Is that a name? Oh, I went and saw Meshuggah. Oh yes. I've heard of them. No.
Happening. No, Meshuggah, you don't have Slipknot. You know, that's like, how that band influenced, you know, American metal.
Nice boy band. Yeah. They're very nice boys.
Yeah. Yeah. very
charming.
Our bass player, James, he is and Jason, but mostly James is a 100% like Swedish metal fan. Like he fucking loves Meshuggah and he fucking loves like In Flames and like when it was his time to drive, it was like, and don't get me wrong, I love Meshuggah sometimes, but not like 2 hours straight of Meshuggah when you're trying to sleep. It's his like driving shift at 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're just like, I'm like, oh my god, dude.
But did he put Meshuggah on when you had your really wet laundry?
He's probably just looking at me suffering with the Meshuggah in his earphones. He's like, that's funny that he can't get his laundry out of that laundry machine. As like silently in the background.
Well, it was a funny story when we came back from the little show in Sweden, and I was pretty drunk. You were probably sober because it was like 3 a.m.
I was sober. I was a sober one. I remember I got us heat there. Real quick on the story, Michael, when Wilson was touring with Hailstorm and Nothing More in overseas, we played Sweden, and he allowed our stinky buttholes to come to stay at their home, which is super kind. And that night, everybody kept drinking and partying, and I was like, I gotta do laundry because like I don't feel comfortable being around other human beings right now and the clothes that I have because they're all fucking disgusting. As I'm going to do the laundry, I put the laundry in the laundry machine. Mind you, I'm using a laundry machine, I think, for the first time it's the first load of laundry I did on that entire tour at that point in time. And I have no idea how to use a Swedish laundry machine or whatever the fuck that was. And I put the laundry in, started it, and it just stopped. It just locked.
Actually, he wasn't there to show you how it's done.
Yeah, I was.
Because that's what he told me.
In defense, they gave me extremely clear details, and then I said, got it. And then I walked right up into you had to leave the house, go up this little hill thing, and when you got up there, you opened up the door, and you go into the laundry room that was up there, and I looked at the machine, I was like, that's just not going to work for me. I don't remember anything that he said, and it doesn't even make sense when I'm looking at it. I just went for it, put my laundry in there, and hit start, and then it just never stopped, I guess. I don't really know. And my laundry was stuck in there how did we get that out? Do we have to break it?
I went to get the crowbar, but because it was my parents' washing machine that you tried to break. But then finally we figured out to cut the power, and we finally got the washed clothes out, but they were not dry at all.
They're not dry.
Yeah, so you had to hang them in the tour bus coming to Denmark.
We're going to the next show, and I just have a bag full of wet laundry. I'm like, doesn't really matter at this point. It all smells like shit again.
What was it? All of Chad's denim vests that kind of got everything crunked up?
I think it was like some dirty socks and whatnot.
Yeah, the whitey tighties. Right?
Yes. But I remember they were black. But
yeah,
awesome. They were awesome. Well, listen, guys. Before we're getting ready to do this walk the plank segment with you, but you guys, obviously, we've got a little over a year before we do ShipRocked again. And so, how are you guys going to spend that time besides working and going about your daily lives? I mean, is it mentally going to be hard to say, oh, it's going to be another year, or is it just something, hey, we'll get there as soon as we can?
Yeah, I'll say we'll get there. No rush. Actually,
okay.
it's kind of it feels better now than if we were going in May, like it was the first change.
Yeah.
And when they changed from May to 22, that was like, yeah, thank you. So
no, yeah, we were really, obviously we moved it to January to May. We're like, okay, there's some room to relief. And then when we moved it again, we thought, yeah, we didn't ever want to water down this experience at all. So moving it was just a smart move because we want everyone to come back and feel like hey, this is how it's always been. It feels comfortable and normal. So it's good. So it's best to take that year or so. Well, that's great to hear. And listen, guys, before we start this, Chad and I and everyone asked, well, we can't thank you enough for always coming on and just being such a you're part of the fabric now of what this cruise is. And you guys have helped create other little bands of people that create their own little crew. I mean, we used to have the Red Crew for a long time, and they're still around here and there. Chewy and all those guys kind of started.
Red Thunder.
Oh,
yeah. There we go. The Red Thunder guys. But you guys have been with us and doing it. And we love you guys so much. And you guys are always on our minds when we're doing ShipRocked, and we really appreciate you guys' friendship and your love and loyalty to the cruise. So we thank you.
And we love you at ShipRocked.
Yeah.
And as you see, we're ready for Mexico.
As you already got the hat, dude. Yeah.
We're ready.
Good luck getting that on the plane, but Godspeed.
Actually, I bought this in Mexico when we were there.
Just buy another one. They could use the commerce.
No, it's foldable.
Okay, there you
it's
go.
Foldable.
Yeah.
There is not another one of those hats coming into my home, okay?
Yeah. Hey, real quick before we start these questions, Per, can you move a little bit to the side? I mean, we can see it, and eventually this will be a viewable thing. The picture back there with Michael and Chris from Five Finger, and Chris's beard as his mustache is classic. That's a keeper. What a picture,
so
man.
Cool.
What a picture.
And you got the ShipRocked flag back there too. Wow. I didn't see those things until just now. That's cool.
Yeah. The man cave.
That painting, actually, it's a real painting made
That's
from
a wait, that's a painting. That's not a picture.
No, it's a painting.
Even
by
fuck.
Swedish artist who is called Peter Eugene, who has made some other really great artwork. But his mother nagged him to do this portrait of Michael and Chris Cale.
That's so cool.
So he got it for his birthday.
That is amazing. That is so amazing. Well, very cool. Well, listen. So, there you go. Wise man. So what it is, guys, this is called Walk the Plank. We ask you 4 questions, and it could be anything. And we just want your organic answer to it. Don't have to overthink it. Just give us whatever you think and feel. So, Chad, if you want to start with the first question, and whoever you want it to go to.
Who wants to start? This is an overall. Who wants to go first? I'm not going to tell you the question is.
I can go first.
All right.
All right.
So the question I have is, so if you got cremated, if you passed away and you chose to be cremated, where would you spread your ashes and why?
Actually, in a very big cemetery right next to us, right next to Greta Garbo.
Oh, cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Very good. That's awesome. I like that. Yeah.
Killer
okay,
answer.
Per. I got Per. I'm throwing you up on next, buddy. You ready?
Thank you.
What temptation do you try the hardest to resist?
Sugar.
Sugar.
Yeah, that's so
Of all kind?
I live on sugar. I can't live without sugar. But I'm trying to not to eat sugar, but no, it's too hard to resist it.
What do you have to do on a daily basis in order to curb that appetite for it?
Work harder.
Is there a substitute for you that you use?
As long as I work, I cannot eat. Right? So I have to have a break to eat.
Sure. No breaks today, coach.
No breaks. Please, I'm trying. I'm going on a diet.
Some people use like, oh, I can't have that, so I'll do honey instead, or I'll do maple syrup or whatever. Something a little maybe healthier. Is there something like that for you, or is it just I got to cut it out completely?
No.
I got to cut down sugar, but I can't. It's impossible.
All right. Well, you know, YOLO. But anyway.
It's true. You do only live once.
You only live once.
Michael, I'm gonna give you this question.
Are you sure you only live once?
We don't know. You know what?
We do not know. Yeah.
Because
I
bought a ticket from a guy on the street, and he said it was like my second life. So I think I have 2 lives.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not sure. It was really expensive.
So my question to you, Michael, is: so say you owned a cruise ship, your own cruise ship. What would you name it?
That's so easy. ShipRocked.
ShipRocked. All right. And sub question: how big would the cruise ship be? As I mean, how many people would you have on your capacity limit be?
Yeah, it's my question. About I would say about 2,000 people maximum.
Okay. Water slide or no?
Yes.
Definitely.
Oh, all right. That's what I want to hear.
And
all right.
The extra would be a lot of cowbell.
Oh.
Have you guys ever seen anyone? Have you guys ever seen anyone use the water slide on the ships? I've never been privy.
I did.
Have you? Oh, you guys have done it.
Yeah,
I just come at the wrong fucking times or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but
Okay.
the thing is, we don't have our yellow shirts on.
Yeah.
We just look like regular Americans lying down.
Well, no, I always look when you guys don't have it on, and some of our other friends from Europe, when they're not having their jersey or something that's symbolic of who they are, I always just look for the European mankinis. You know,
we actually have
Europeans aren't afraid to wear, you know, like Speedos or whatever. That's just part of the culture. Americans, we have to, you know, some of them have to wear shorts past their knees because they're whatever reason.
Because they got long dongs, brah. That's why.
Yeah, that's sweet wang, bro.
We know what it is.
See?
We actually caught the king from Avatar on the beach. He was sunbathing. String underwear.
Thong.
Thong.
Oh, wow.
Man.
Oh, that's typical Swedish.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we have all you can drink buffets there. Anyway, young lady hiding in the back. There you are.
I'm going to answer for Annalie because she's not comfortable answering.
Okay, Annalie. Okay, Annalie, I am speaking through your medium. Okay, here's the question. Speaking of medium, what's been the most spiritual experience of your life?
ShipRocked.
God, that's such a
She
great
answered
answer.
for herself. That's amazing.
That is gift wrapped. That is a gift wrapped answer. Yeah. And, but you guys aren't wrong, because quite honestly, there's times I get on there and it feels like I'm levitating the whole week, man, because it's a blast. We work our ass off all year to get it ready and going. And when it happens, you're like, church is in session, baby. And it's amazing feeling. So,
and the captain is our preacher.
Yep.
Yeah, he can be that.
Yeah. He's the closest
giving a sermon.
Preacher, though.
Yeah, he is the creator. We will give him he is the creator for sure.
Yeah.
But listen, guys, once again, I can't reiterate it enough. Thank you for joining us in this year-end special with us. You guys have already started off our new year. What's going to come? It's going to happen, Chad. New Year's going to happen. And we could have ended this year better, and we can't start it better than talking with you guys, because you guys are fucking amazing. And again, we love you guys. It's going to be a long year, but we'll get there quick enough. And hopefully, maybe we can revisit you guys in the middle of the year. We'll just do a round 2 with you guys and see where everything's at. Okay. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome.
Midsummer would be a great time.
Midsummer in Sweden.
We'll talk to you. We'll call you after Sweden Rock. You can tell us how it went.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chad, did you have anything to
summer solstice?
do? What now?
Yeah.
Summer solstice.
Yeah. If you
Yeah.
guys could do this
Midsummer.
outside, if you could somehow transmit outside while that's happening, we would really appreciate it.
We'll move it outside.
Chad, do you have anything to add, buddy?
Yeah.
Sure.
No, man. No, I just
No?
wanted to say, to reiterate what Justin said, you guys are the shit. And it really takes, it takes my breath away. It takes our breath away to know that there's people like you and the ShipRockers that you embolden just by being such incredible humans to be around with. So thank you for being here today.
Thank you
All right.
for having us.
Thank you for
having us.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
so glad.
Listen, before we sign off here, guys, I got to do a little sales pitch. Obviously, ShipRocked 2021 is now ShipRocked 2022 in January. There are cabins available, so go to shiprock.com and book yours. And if you go to some of our forums on Facebook, you can find cabin mate searches and everything. If you're going to go solo, you can find people to buddy up with. They might be a stranger for about 5 minutes, but then they're going to be your best buddy. What do you got rolling there? You got your hat on, ShipRocked hat? God, that guy's got more hats.
I was just going to say, if you don't get a cabin, just keep emailing.
There you go. He's got the pathway for you. Just hit him up about 10 to 12 times. Eventually, he'll find something. Also, too, guys, if you go to our merch store, askfor.com/store, I think you can go there, or you can probably just find it through shiprock.com. We have a new merch out, including leggings for your undergarments.
Sweet Wang.
So we got leggings, we got jerseys, we got.
There it is.
Look at those. God sakes. There you go. Man, you guys are seeing this. You guys are walking merch store for us. So we've got what are you getting ready to do? What am I seeing? Oh, corroded.
I'm just really warm.
You're corroded. All right. So, no, listen, guys, we've got jerseys, we've got hoodies, and we've got the brand new Fuck 2020 shirts that are out. Those are limited edition.
That's a good one. Already ordered.
Perfect. We love it. So, guys, check that stuff out. Listen, on behalf of myself and Chad and the Ask For group, including our producer, Al, our engineer, Jennifer, our show coordinator, Heather, and, of course, the captain, Alan Koenig, we appreciate you guys for joining us. And we are, remember, guys, if you get this podcast, please subscribe to us, rate, review us, and then tell all your friends, man, because we're gonna be doing us up big in 2021 to kind of keep everyone engaged and just keep the community going. And just let you know, we are part of the Sound Talent Media Group, so got to throw that in there. So props to those guys. Props to you guys in Sweden, the Swedes. Thank you so much again. Love it. You guys are so loud. You actually knocked out the sound. Perfect. We love it, guys. Listen, be safe. Take care. We'll see you guys again in 2021. Okay.
Cheers.
All right. Cheers.
Bye,
Skull. Bye, guys.
Bye.